Welcome guys, this is Ola from Stop Me Oh channel. This is a video that you've been waiting for, maybe, unless you're here by accident, then you haven't been waiting for that video, but this is a video that you did not know that you need. Today we are reviewing a comic book, Life is Strange comic book. That's right, I am reviewing comic books now. I am quite a reviewer. I barely read comic books, so you can see how legit this is, this review. There's no person, better suited for that job than myself. But this is also a video that you've been waiting for because of another reason. And that reason is that I'm finally announcing a giveaway results, episode 1 giveaway results. So if you don't know, I'm in the middle of a project right now. The project is called December is Strange. I am posting a Life is Strange episode every December weekend. It all started 1st of December. Life is Strange was never uploaded on my channel. My channel started with Before the Storm, so now I figured it's time to catch up and replay the game, record myself. We're in the middle of that right now. Episodes 1 and 2 are already out. Episode 3 is coming. In episode 1 I announced a giveaway. I was giving away a Life is Strange comic book physical issue, this one. All you had to do to, get a chance of winning that comic book was posting my upload, episode 1, on Twitter using a hashtag December is Strange. Now, I have printed out all these tweets, so I will pick one person end of that video, but we are going to start with reviewing what you will get, what the person winning will actually get, which is that very comic book issue number 1. Okay, before I jump right into the review, this is my own copy actually, so this is not the one that you're getting. The one that you're getting was actually sponsored by one of my patrons, Robert. He was actually kind enough to sponsor the gift, as I previously said on my channel. That copy, this is my copy that I actually got as a gift from Square Enix. I got it for free, but I don't have to like it. I also got the Arcadia Bay book, Blackwell Academy one. It's pretty neat. I will probably make a separate video when it comes to that book because it's quite long, like I have to take my time and properly read it. For now, let's just focus on the comic book. Now, jokes aside, I don't actually feel like I don't know, that I am entitled to reviewing comic books. I don't really read comic books as often. I can only discuss, my own feelings, my own impressions when it comes to it. Mostly because I'm a huge Life is Strange fan. I can tell you how I felt about that book. Just because I got it for free doesn't mean that I have to like it or that I have to review it in a positive manner, although I am going to. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is I actually very much enjoyed that comic book. I found it pretty cool. I read it 3 times just because I enjoyed reading it so much, and here's why. Okay, so if you don't know, that issue was actually released in November 2018, so like a month ago, and there was a couple of cover options. It's actually a thing, I guess, within the comic book worlds, like you can pick your own cover and stuff like that. So there's a couple of covers that you can pick from. They're all actually printed out. That's the very last page of the comic book, so you can see that you have that one. This is like the most famous one, the original Chloe and Max one. Half of it, that's like Max and Chloe standing together, and half of it, that's like Max alone and a tornado. One with Chloe and Max together, that was designed by Manda Shang. Then you have a Chloe t-shirt one and 2 game-related ones. This one is my favorite one, so I'm glad that this is the one that I actually got. The author of that book, her name is Emma Viacelli. I hope I pronounced that all right. Claudia Leonardi, she's the one that designed the art book, the art pretty much with graphics and all that. Anja Itzo, I'm fairly certain I read that wrong. Okay, she's the one that responsible for the colors. Now this is not a spoiler-free review. It's kind of hard to discuss that without any spoilers. So if you don't want to know what's happening within the book, then you should stop watching right now. And then in the comment section, I will leave the exact time of the results, the giveaway results, if you're interested in that and you don't want to be spoiled. Okay, so that comic book, it starts with the Bay ending. So Bay over Bay. we can see small pieces of the game, sort of like pictures of the game. When you choose to sacrifice Arcadia Bay, this is what you get in the game. You see Max and Chloe hugging and then driving away and smiling because they killed everyone. It seems like this is the ending that they're sort of following, except this is not actually it. We find out that Max and Chloe live in Seattle. That's not really clear yet if they live with Max's parents, but Max's parents definitely funded some sort of an internship for Chloe, which she's doing. They're sort of more hipster now more than ever, like they're hanging out with this band. It's pretty much like I don't know, it's like a punk band or a rock band, probably indie rock band, that looks like, you know, I've heard that before. Some people said that this is forced diversity because you have a girl wearing a hijab and they all look like, you know, punks, but like modern punks. I'm not certain, like when I first saw that before reading the comic book, I also figured for a second that it kind of looks like forced diversity. Even though I am a fan of diversity, I don't mind diversity. I appreciate meeting people from other countries. I actually like it. Some people don't like it. But then I found out that Emma VHL, she's actually UK resident, like she lives there. So I don't know if you've ever lived in the UK. I've lived in London for 2 years, more than 2 years actually. So, you know, seeing these people from someone who comes from UK, that's no surprise. Like this is the way it was. I had friends from many different countries, many different cultures, so I think Seattle is no different. So they live in Seattle, and it's exactly 1 year after the city was destroyed, Arcadia Bay was destroyed. Weird thing is, we found out from the comic book that Sean Prescott, so Nathan's father, funded rebuilding Arcadia Bay. This contradicts what we've already seen in Life is Strange 2. In Life is Strange 2, we find out that the Arcadia Bay was not rebuilt and no one's living there, which is a bit weird because you'd think that a city that big, maybe it's not a big city, but it is a city nonetheless, would be rebuilt after a couple of months, years. At worst, it wasn't. Not in the game. In the comic book, it was. Chloe and Max are still together. I think they're together. I think they're a couple. Even though, I don't know, it wasn't actually said out loud. Nothing really happened or anything like that, but you can tell that they're together. It's 1 year after Arcadia Bay was destroyed and they're sort of a bit down. This is where it gets tricky. We find out that Max still has some problems with the time thing, with her nosebleeds, that something's going on. Like there are times when Chloe disappears and it's kind of like Max goes into another timeline, like an alternate timeline. I think there are like 3 timelines in there. In one of them, Chloe mentioned that she's considering going back to Arcadia Bay and starting working in a diner as her mom asked her to. Then Max was like, well, Chloe, isn't your mom dead? I don't know if it's something that's just going on within Max's head. Then another reality, Chloe disappears completely. I don't know, it's kind of like she died, so the other, you know, the sacrifice Chloe ending. And then there's one where Joyce is also dead, but both Max and Chloe are alive. And you can actually see that because the cover book for issue 2, these covers were already released. You can see that Max and Chloe are standing among what seems to be ghosts. Like there is Joyce right over here. Warren, you've got Warren, the policeman from the diner. It's like they're suggesting that everyone is dead. I don't really want to give you the details for the story, like not entirely. This is pretty much what's happening in the comic book. We see Max and Chloe in Seattle. They're okay, they're well. But because of these incidents, Max having these moments when she sort of enters another timeline and then goes back immediately to that one. Her nose starts bleeding again. Chloe finds out about it and they both decide that it's time to go back to Arcadia Bay. So this pretty much sums up the story of that first issue, and I gotta say I absolutely loved it. Max and Chloe, comic books Max and Chloe are spot on. Kudos to Emma VHL. Like she definitely was able to bring up the spirit of the game. It's actually quite adorable. I've heard some people saying that this comic book is a fan service, that maybe it was a poor time management when it comes to releasing that comic book and Life is Strange 2, because Square Enix is not actually doing all that well if you look at the if you look at the stock value and stuff like that. But I don't know, to me the comic book is its own thing. I obviously played Life is Strange 2. I will play Life is Strange 2. I like it a lot and stuff, but I also miss Max and Chloe, and having that comic book brought them back to me. Also replaying Life is Strange lately, I'm very much in a Life is Strange type of a mood, and that comic book, if you enjoyed that game, if you liked Max and Chloe, if you picked Chloe over the Bay, or maybe you didn't, but you still appreciated Chloe for what she was, that comic book is a great representation of the spirit of Max and Chloe, the very essence of their relationship. Some people were saying that this is fan service because apparently there might be some sexual themes involved. Again, personally, I don't really mind. If they're a couple, they're both adults, as long as it's not too graphic, for all these perverts out there, I'm okay with that. I don't want to get into that because I've been through this. When it comes to Before the Storm, there were people speculating, discussing. I'd rather not get into that. I guess that's personal. I'm just saying that personally, if they do decide to suggest that it's happening, don't call the priests. Don't call the priests, guys. It's okay. They're adults and they're a couple, so I was only sorry to see that the comic book is actually quite short. It wasn't that long. I don't know what's the average length of comic books these days. Possibly it's just like that. That's why I actually reread it 3 times. Because I wanted to keep reading, but it's only that. I think Titan Comics announced that this is an ongoing series, so it's not going to end with 4 comic books, which is great. I don't mind. Now, what I want to say is that I will actually have another copy of that comic book. You can get a chance of winning it by checking out my episode 2 gameplay on YouTube. I am leaving the link in the description. A giveaway is involved for that one as well. There's a giveaway for almost every episode in December. I mean, Life is Strange episodes. So make sure to subscribe, check out these gameplays. There's a hashtag going on like December is Strange. Yeah, if you want to win the comic book, not that one, this one's mine, okay? I'm not giving that away. But like the other one, the one that I will actually get either end of December or beginning of January, you can still participate. The details are in the video. I'm not going to sort of get into that right now. To sum it up, I really enjoyed that comic book, even though it was quite short. It was quite adorable and charming. I was even told so by people that are sort of Amber Price shippers, from people that prefer Chloe with Rachel. I'm on both sides, so I don't really mind. Yeah, even those people enjoyed seeing Max and Chloe together, kind of. It caught the spirit of the original game quite well. Both Max and Chloe are spot on. As I was reading the lines, I heard their voices, so that says a lot. Now, without further ado, the thing that you've been waiting for, episode 1 giveaway results. I don't know who won yet, because I will pick right now. Let's do this, guys. Okay, you see what I did there? Was that cool or was that lame? I know, it was lame, but never mind. Okay, you will not say anything because I'm about to pick one person. Just so you know, it's all there. Like all the tweets I have printed out, they're all there. Like there's plenty of them. Thank you so much for participating. That was pretty cool. Like there were a lot of tweets. Like I actually had to, print it at work so I wouldn't waste my own printer. Okay, let's. There's nothing else to do but to pick that person that wins the comic book. Let's do this. So many of them there. Okay, I don't know. This is taking too long. Let's do this. Okay then. The person who won is BRBRBRBRB at BRBRBRBRB1. Just so you know, just so you see it. It looks like that. I hope you can see that. I don't even know what's your name. I don't know what's your name, but congratulations, you're winning the first issue of the comic book, okay? You're winning the first issue of the comic book, so you have to contact me, send me a message on Twitter from that account so I know that it's you, and I will send you the comic book. Well done, thank you for sharing my gameplay. Thank you all for participating. It's a really cool thing, you know, being a Santa Claus. Remember, don't give up. You still have a chance of winning. Check out the episode 2 for giveaway details. There will be at least one more comic book to give away. There will be a second issue as well, so you know, keep your hopes up. I wish I was able to give the comic books to everyone. That would be the best, but unfortunately I can't. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for participating, and stay safe, guys. This was Ola from Stop Me All channel. Bye.